OJ Simpson has passed away.
At the age of 76.
76.
Cancer.
Yeah,
Which I don't think
cancer.
he was public about that.
It's so interesting. Like, I literally did not pay attention to OJ Simpson at all. Like, it's one of those things where I obviously knew that he lived in the world, that he wasn't in prison anymore, but I literally had no concept of what his life is like, what he was doing. I wasn't checking in on OJ Simpson. So him being disappeared in public life was so like, sure, I get it.
But I think, there was an instance where OJ felt emboldened and comfortable to come out, and he was trying to make himself a part of the culture again. He was definitely like, he had a podcast, I believe. He had,
Have you that tacky ass book that they pulled?
If I Did It, and all the kinds of stuff popping up. I will never forget J. Ray here in Atlanta on Frank Ski and Wanda's morning show. They were all in the studio wrapping up and talking, and OJ Simpson came into the studio, and you can hear them all gasp. And this was in like the early 2000s. So there was an audible gasp when he walked in, and they had a whole conversation with OJ Simpson. And I know that those tapes are around somewhere, but you can hear an audible gasp whenever OJ Simpson showed up places. It was as if a giraffe walked in a room. Like, people, you would automatically clutch their pearls. And we're not even going to talk about how polarizing that verdict was, because there was clearly two different countries in America when that verdict was held. And we're not going to go through that, but y'all know, if you were there, I remember exactly where I was when the verdict was read.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I remember where the verdict was. I remember, baby, we'll never forget. Like, this is a very Gen X sort of memory, because for us, prior to 1994, I believe, is when the murders of Nicole Brown and was it Ron Goldman happened. OJ was just kind of part of our entire growing up. He was in commercials. He was in movies.
The Naked
Gun series. Absolutely.
OJ was all a part of that.
Yep. And so when we saw that Bronco slow riding down the 405 in LA, I think it was the 405, slow riding down the highway, I remember it was just a thing where it was just like, he on the run, and he was just driving down the highway. Why are we saying all this? Saying all this because it is so interesting how that's the legacy of OJ. It's not all these other things. And weirdly how that's not all these other accolades. It's interesting how the Kardashians are tied to the whole thing. Like, there's so many layers to the OJ thing. We know Johnny Cochran because of OJ Simpson, right?
It's the OJ multiverse. There is like, we wouldn't be Q points if we didn't bring up how OJ, to J. Ray's point, aside of all the being a Heisman Trophy winner, being a world-class athlete, a movie star, a bankable commercial media figure, OJ became a hip-hop punchline like no other. I think the only person that could compete with OJ in hip-hop punchlines is Tina Turner.
And that's so sad. Like, the Tina Turner stuff, the way that we've done that. Yes.
But check it out. Just a couple of the of punchlines that OJ is featured in. So Dr. Dre featuring Ice Cube, Natural Born Killers. But I'm down with Ray. Like, wait, that's a terrible Ice Cube. Hold on. But I'm down with Dre. Like AC down with OJ. Okay, that was my Ice Cube. Sorry, y'all. And then Tribe Called Quest, the hop. Get me vexed. I do like Left Eye starting arson. Now that I got that out my system, watch me up the track as if my name was OJ Simpson.
Wow.
And
Wow.
here's one of my favorites, the clips, Virginia. See plenty of my partners feeling like OJ, beat murder like that shit is okay. That's what I do say.
Wow. And I think the ultimate to that point, the story of OJ, like
Jay
Jay-Z's classic,
put his foot in that one. I'm not black.
I'm OJ. Okay.
Okay.
What off of Jay-Z's 444. Um so yeah, like this legacy of OJ Simpson as one, like you said, a punchline in music, a cautionary tale for
Mm-hmm.
black celebrity, a an indictment on the criminal justice system.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much to be said about OJ, but I think the only thing we can say now is OJ done passed on, y'all.
The juice is eternally loose.